Hey guys, what's going on? It's your favorite salty popcorn heating appliance microwave. And for today's video, we got our patch notes for the new DLC Velvet Shell. But before I get into them, I want to give a big congrats to Elevate and Continuum who won their platforms at the Invitational this past weekend. So everybody knows that we're getting two new operators, Jackal and Mira. I'll be playing some footage from the live demo so that way you can get a good look if you missed the original release. Jackal will have the ability to see footsteps along with 3 scans to ping where the target is located. So if you're a camper and get marked, then there's a high chance you'll get wallbanged because it works kind of like Kavera's ulti, but it's for a single target. Now originally we got a 5-second clip and I didn't think Jackal would be very useful, but with his scan ability along with his shotgun sidearm, I believe he might actually replace Buck in the meta. The ability to open up quick holes in the floor while still having the long range capability much like Buck will definitely shake up the meta. The ITA-12S appeared to have a high damage drop off, so you might only be able to use it for peek holes. His scan will mark the operator every 10 seconds for 30 seconds, which gives your team that roamer's general location. Unless you're Kavera, of course, which your silent step will not be able to be seen by Jackal himself. All footsteps will be highlighted for at least 90 seconds, which really help you determine if you want to go push a certain area or not. Here's Jackal's loadout, along with his background story. You can pause it if you want to go ahead and read it. And on the other side, we can see Mira's loadout, which includes her sexy Vector, which I cannot wait to get my hands on. Her bulletproof black mirror has a special canister under it, which allows players to blow the window out for quick peeks. It's also a one-way mirror, meaning that she can see you, but you won't be able to see her. It is confirmed that a Twitch drone will be able to pop the canister, so expect a lot more Twitch users if they don't get Jackal, or they'll probably team kill you and then you'll complain on Reddit. Mira has a shield and a nitro cell, which is a bit odd, since we normally get operators that get a shield and impact grenades or C4 and barbed wire. In the higher ranks, deployable shields aren't generally used unless you're on the front of plane or doing some bandit tricking. Well, I take that back. There's those douchebags who put it in front of the window so that way you can't vault into them. So I believe that her deployable shield is circumstantial and most people will be using her nitro cell. Mira will have 3 armor and 1 speed, making her a very slow operator, which is odd because she's carrying an SMG and a shotgun. Every other time we've seen that combo, it was given to a 2 speed 2 armor operator. The 3 armor makes me want to automatically label her an anchor, but it's hard to do because she doesn't have an ACOG. However, instead of holding super tight angles like Echo, Doc, and Rook, she'll probably be on cameras and chilling behind her black mirror all the time. Now much like Hibana and Echo, they got a pistol along with their different sidearm. I don't expect a lot of players to use the USP-40 compared to the ITA-12S for the same reasons that players utilize the Bearing 9 over the P229. Pistols at the moment are still a bit wonky because they're a pain in the ass to use. Most players will aim down sights a tad bit, then raise their pistols after they get a general idea of where the target's head is. This may be because the dev team stated that they don't want secondary weapons to be utilized as primary weapons, but I don't really see any harm in adding a mini red dot for most of the pistols. Even with the choice between a Deagle with a red dot or an MPX with a hollow, the clear winner for ranked and pro players would be the MPX, because it has full auto and single fire and you can switch to whichever one you want. Speaking of sights, they changed the harmonization of sight positioning in the first person camera. This is the image they released for the patch notes, and I know it's a bit small so I zoomed in a bit, but it appears that they're trying to equal out the distance instead of having super drastic changes like the red dot on Buck's DMR versus Capital's Para 308. There wasn't a whole lot on this, and I'll have to look at the new changes in better detail once I get a chance to try it out, but I do like this unexpected change. Now probably the biggest change in my opinion, other than the new addition of Jackal, Mira, and Coastline, are the huge changes to IQ and Capital. IQ has been given frag grenades in place of her breaching charges, while Capital has been stripped of them and has been handed a claymore. Even with this change, I honestly don't feel that IQ will be used in the pro scene or higher ranks consistently. Her AUG got increased recoil back in Red Crow, and her other weapons just don't cut it as well as Ashes or Capital's. Not to mention her gadget still isn't that great. The only real advantage is finding those pesky black eye cameras that are hidden outside in the trees, which is all situational. I mean really, think about it before you hate on me in the comments, but what other use does she have? During the Invitational, she got a 2% pick rate, guys. A 2% pick rate. That is utter crap. And while I do feel her frag grenades will help a bit, it won't increase her pick rate a whole lot. Now thanks to RTXD on the official Reddit for doing all the hard work and giving us his data. Now Capital with his Claymore was a nerf. I am excited to see how this will change the meta. Generally, Claymore spots are well known and higher ranked players will see them, but this might allow for a different group of operators than the ones we normally see. We also got a huge UI overhaul, and it now allows an easier time in getting into whatever game you last played, whether it be ranked, casual, or terrorist hunt. It looks a lot cleaner, and you now have an easier time accessing the news that the devs want to show you. The patch notes didn't say anything about making it easier to shop or making it cleaner. Now this may not be a big thing to most of us, but it's a small headache for those who want to go out and buy the brand new skins. I feel that the feature should be a little higher in the priority than it already is, because I just want to click on it and see what it looks like and then buy it if I want it. I don't want to have to click around and search for it all day. It's a problem for me because I'm lazy, and if I can't find it within a few seconds, I'll generally just go ahead and start a game. It's a very small change, but I feel that it adds up over time, costing the devs some money. Hopefully that change will come in the next patch. Another neat change is the ranked icons and how they're now shown. It used to start you at Gold 1 and you worked your way to Gold 4 until you hit Plat 1. Now with the update, it'll work backwards from Gold 4 to Gold 1. The icons themselves have been reworked and look a little bit cartoony, with the diamond looking like a Girl Scout Thin Mint box with a star. The hopes were to make it easier to differentiate between silver and diamond. By the way, does anyone miss the original ranked icons? I know I do. There were a few other changes to the operators, and I won't get into all of them because it's a waste of time. Jaeger got his audio and visual cue back, thank God. It was a huge problem in the game to me. Basically, there was a problem with his trophy system, not letting anyone around them know that they stopped a projectile. So if you're holding down the fort and a frag grenade comes in and gets taken out by it, you'll have no idea. This caused many unnecessary deaths because it was ingrained in my mind to listen to them and be more cautious if they were all used up. Now, if you're a PC player, then I'm sure you read this and was mad about it. Our legendary Alt-Enter loadout change has been fixed. For those of you on console, the PC player could change their loadout and operator if they hit Alt-Enter and tabbed back into the game. Sometimes if you did this quickly enough, you can change to Thermite or Habana or whatever you want if somebody didn't get them. Now believe it or not, this was very disheartening to read because it often helped everyone on your team. It didn't matter who did it, the enemy team could have done it themselves. I mean, since we have 500 ping players that are allowed to play the same game as the rest of us, we have ample time to change our loadout if we wanted to. Now other than that, there wasn't that much that changed. This patch was something to keep most of the player base happy and wasn't a big overhaul or a balance patch. But that isn't what these type of patches are for. The mid-season patches will have a lot of changes that I'm interested in. But nonetheless, I'm super excited about Velvet Shell. I think it's great because it's bringing in new players to the game, and according to the chart Ubisoft released, it keeps getting more and more people hooked. This game is truly amazing, and if you want to support the devs with continuing this game, then you should buy the season pass. Not only do you get the new operator 7 days early, but you get some exclusive unlocks such as a carbon fiber weapon charm and cool uniforms. If you don't have the season pass, then you'll have to wait a whole week before you can even try Jackal and Mira out. As I was finishing this video, It's Epi, the community manager, released the new rank scale for year 2 season 1. Last season you got diamond with 3,700 points, but with the new player base it has been increased to 4,500. He mentioned that he saw an increase in both top and bottom extremes of the rank spectrum, which he outlined here. It was speculated that there were more diamonds than any other season, and it certainly felt like it. So they have now adjusted all ranks, and the dev team projects that 0.3% of the total population will ever achieve diamond this season. It looks like we're gonna go back to the grind, guys. Hopefully I get it back this season like I did the other two. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown. I'm gonna play the official trailer here at the end so I can get more ad revenue. If you've already seen it, then go ahead and close down this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
Vía libre. Puedo seguir el rastro.
¿Ahora me veis? Ahora no me veis. ¡Enemigo recargando!